Greetings for the day. Welcome to the first session of the subject Cyber Law and Ethics. In this particular subject, we are going to study about the cybersecurity, cyber law, ethics, and the different laws related to cybersecurity and the things related to the ethics and the values using cyber law. Now, before going directly into this topic, let me understand what actually this particular subject is all about and why this particular subject is being included in your academics and what is the purpose that this particular subject is being taught to you. Now, the first thing which I want to tell you is cybersecurity is the new world or the new thing that is going to dominate the world. Everything which is being connected to internet or any of the local network is global to the world, or it is visible to whole of the world, starting from your watch which you are wearing to the mobile phone laptops to which you are connected. The moment I record this session and upload it on internet, this particular class or this particular session will be visible to the whole world. Now, what is the harm in this? What is the thing in which, or what is the thing which makes me think to feel that this particular thing does not belong to the whole world? Now, from the beginning of this world, human has always differentiated himself in two types of life. The first thing is the personal life and the second one is the social life. The major difference between the personal life and social life is that he wants some particular space for himself or for his family wherein he can explore himself, he can assess himself, or he can say something which he cannot say in the whole world. For instance, if I say that I particularly like one particular thing. For example, I particularly like any of the particular fruit, but the whole world doesn't like that particular fruit. So it means like it is my personal choice apart from the social thing. In the same way, any of the thing which is being there in your hand, which is being connected to internet, for that particular thing you particularly want which type of data should be shared on internet and which type of data should be connected to yourself or which should not be shared with the internet. Now, to differentiate all those things or to make these things very much particular, some laws are being defined. Some laws are being defined to differentiate these particular things. So that particular laws are for internet and internet users. Now, what is this particular word called as cyber? Cyber is a word which is being used as an alternative for internet. If you like in general way, if you go to any of the internet shop, you will call it as internet shop or you call it as a cyber cafe. In the sense, the place wherein you will get connected to whole of the world, or a place wherein you are being connected to different networks with your local network, or you have been connected to internet. So that particular thing is called as cyber or internet. Now, to use that particular internet in terms of sharing of data, in terms of viewing of data, in terms of copying of a data, certain rules are being made to use that particular thing. So that is what we call as cyber law. And you all know what what actually is ethics is all about. So I want to explain now about ethics now. So now, moving forward, what actually is cyber law and ethics? Now, the main objective of this course, why it is being introduced to you is to make you aware of different cyber laws or different cyber rules and regulations that is being introduced in this particular place, or this cyber rules may be changed according to the borders. It can be changed according to the borders. For a general example, I'll tell you, there are some of the applications which are not available in India but are being available in different parts of the world. For an example, the recent Chinese app which is being banned in India is available in different countries. It means our cyber team or our cyber cell doesn't want that particular app to be used within the borders of India. Why? It has given a reason that that particular app was using the personalized data. That particular app was using some personalized data for its own benefit. So this is one of the reasons the university has decided to introduce this particular subject into your curriculum, so that you will be well aware of what are the laws and what are the rules and what are the regulations that is being used while using internet. There are n number of things. Which is there. Like for an example, if you think about torrent, it has been illegal in India. You cannot download any of the things from torrent. Why? Because there are some of the X number of reasons why it is being banned in India, and there are n number of things. So to make you aware of those things, to make familiarization of various cyber laws and acts, this particular subject is being introduced to your curriculum. And second major important thing that is being told over here is to give cyber security regulation and forensics. Now see, there is something called as forensics, there is something called as cyber security. These things are very much totally different from one another. I'll explain you what all the things are in the coming slides, what all these things are and how it is been differentiated with one another. The second objective is to give an awareness or to give cyber security regulations and forensics to the students, so that they can get a basic idea what actually is this particular thing. Now why I'm specifically stressing on this particular thing is, you doesn't understand like on which website you are clicking, whether it is safe, whether it is not safe, whether it is being legalized in India, whether it is prohibited in India, or whether it has got some of the XY of reasons why it should not be used. There can be a number of things. To make you aware of that particular things, this particular subject is being introduced, so that you will get a basic awareness what actually are the rules and what are the different types of regulations which is being implemented in that particular area or within that particular borders. Now the third course objective is to study the risk management and the code of ethics. Okay, now what are the risk management that is being there with reference to this particular subject or this particular thing? So what can be the risk? The first risk can be the data breaching. The second risk can be with reference to the data viewing. The third risk can be data manipulation, and the fourth risk can be data alteration, or it can be n number of things that is been available on the internet. So to make you aware of this particular thing, these are the main course objectives. Now moving forward, what are the course outcomes? The same which is there in the course objectives and the course outcome, to make you understand various cyber laws and IT acts, to make you learn the cyber security regulation forensics. The last one is to make you analyze the risk management and the code of ethics. Now before going directly into this unit 1, unit 2, unit 3, unit 4 and unit 5, I want to tell you some of the basic terms which you should remember throughout this subject or throughout this course. These are the basic words or these are basic terms that we will be using regularly within our classes. So for that reason I am telling you what are the different terms that we will be using in this particular subject. The first and the foremost word that I will be using is the cyberspace. The first and the foremost word is the cyberspace. What actually is cyberspace? A cyberspace is a place wherein you are being connected to different people, different places through one particular system. Or in simpler terms, if at all, if I say, the moment you get connected to an internet, you enter a cyberspace. You enter a cyberspace. Now, this cyberspace can be through a laptop. This cyberspace through can be through your tablet. It can be through your mobile phone, or it can be through different applications that you are using to get connected to internet. That particular place wherein you have been logged in, through internet, that particular thing is called as cyberspace. Now the second term that I will be using is cyber security. Now what actually is cyber security? Cyber security is a mechanism of protecting that cyberspace using different logics, using different applications, using different rules, using different regulations, and using different algorithms to protect that particular cyberspace is called as cyber security. That particular thing is called as cyber security. Understanding cyberspace and cyber security. Then the next terms which comes into picture is called as digital forensic. The next term which comes is the digital forensics. Now to make you very much clear, cyber security is very much different from digital forensics. Now what actually is digital forensics? Digital forensics is a mechanism or a process by which the data is being collected, analyzed, reproduced and presented in the form wherein it is being admissible in the court, or that particular evidence can be accepted in the court. That particular thing should be accepted in the court. So that particular thing or that particular process is called as digital forensics. Now, the very subject that we are studying, cyber law, is a combination of two particular subjects. Remember my terms, remember my words. This cyber law and ethics is a combination of two different subjects clubbed together to form this particular subject called as cyber law and ethics. The first one, the subject is all about cyber security, and the second one is a part of law, or is a part of court. The thing that a law students study, or a particular student who studies law and a particular student who studies cyber security, if at all they are being sitting together, then a subject which comes into picture is cyber law. Now this is an overview that I have given you with reference to the cyber security, cyberspace, digital forensics, and what we call as this cyber law. Now in our subject there are 5 particular units which will be describing or which will be discussing different parts of the cyber security, digital forensics, the different types of acts, the different types of breaches that is been there, and what are the different mechanisms by which we can be protected, and what are the journal information that a student should have or a person should have while using internet. This is something like carrying a driving license. When you are driving a vehicle, you will always carry a driving license. If at all, if any of the policemen catches you, and if at all if he asks you where is your driving license, if at all if you say I don't know anything about driving license, so what happens? We'll give you a challan, and we will treat you that you are unaware of the things. Which is going around you. The same way, if at all if you are using internet, or if at all if you are using cyberspace, you should be well aware of the laws that comes into picture, different types of regulation which is been implemented, and what are the different mechanisms used to operate all of these things. This is what you call as cyber law. This is what you all called as, and as a whole is called as cyber law. Now what is the first unit all about? The first unit is all about the cyber law and rights in today's digital age. So what actually is a cyber law, and what are the different rights that a citizen will be having in accessing and monitoring of the data. For an example, there was an incident wherein a murderer has murdered a person and he has got an iPhone. In that iPhone he has recorded all of the video. But unfortunately the murderer has destroyed that particular mobile phone, and fortunately that video which was being recorded was uploaded in the cloud. Now the cyber team requested the iPhone to give that particular details or video to the cyber cell, but due to security policy of iPhone, the iPhone people did not leak their data or did not provide that data to that particular cyber cell. So these are different policies that we will be following. There are different laws that we will be following. Or I can give you another example. I am sitting in India and I have traced out, or I have compromised a system in America. Now which of the cyber team will be booking a case against me? Either American team or the Indian team. Why? Because I compromised American system being in India. Why? Because there are two different countries. So what can be the different laws, or what can be the common thing wherein these two will compromise, and what will happen to me, and all these things will come in particular. This particular thing is called as cyber law, and the different rights with reference to the digital age. Like in this we'll be studying about IT Act, intellectual properties, and issues connected with the use and management of digital data, the similar act of other countries. What are the different acts with reference to this particular thing? Like the recent ban of the application which was been done in India, it is been accessible in different countries. But not in India. The same thing, like what are the different rules? The next part is with reference to the information warfare. Now what do you mean by this? The nature of the information of warfare includes computer crime and information terrorism. Now see, in terms of cyber security or in terms of breaching of the data, there can be two of the ways. The first one is your system is being used as a target. Your particular system is being used as a target, in the sense, from my system I am targeting your computer or your particular mobile phone or your particular tablet or your particular palm top as a target, and I am getting some of the information from there. This can be the first thing. Or the second thing is I am using your particular device as a source and attacking different people. What I am doing, like from my computer I've got the access of your particular system. From there I am trying to hack other people, so that if at all something happens, if at all a backtrack has happened, I will not be caught, but you will be caught. I will not be caught. Why? Because the hacking was been done from your system. So in cyber security there can be two things. The first thing is like the system being used as a target, or the system is being used as a source to target others. So this can be other things. So this includes cyber terrorism and n number of different things. It also includes with reference to the denial of services, or it includes with reference to the distributed denial of services, or it also includes man-in-the-middle attack. It includes different SQL injections, n number of things. This includes n number of different things which has been there, and how it is been monitored, how how we'll be recovering the data, how we'll be storing the data, and how that particular data will be presented in the code, and what are the different laws with reference to that particular data to be protected, and how that data should be collected. All of the things will be studying in this particular thing. In the unit 2 we'll be studying about the cyberspace and the law and cyber forensics. We'll be studying about the cyber forensics and all these things. In this, we'll be studying about the cybersecurity regulations, roles of international law, the Indian cyberspace laws, and with reference to the digital forensic science and the need of computer forensics, and analyzing the emails and what are the different methods by which, or the different what do you call as phases by which we'll be using digital forensics, what are the different life cycles process in digital forensics, and how an investigation is been conducted, how the reports are being generated, and how we will be writing or how we will be making that particular data as an evidence. All of these things we'll be studying in this particular second unit. Now with coming toward this third unit, it tells about all of the legal aspects, security components, and what are the different risk which has been there in this particular things, like what are the different risks and what are the certification process. If at all if I'm going to access any of the particular websites, how will I be able to understand whether this particular website is accessible to me, or whether this website is tracing my data, or whether this particular website is compromising some of my data, or it can be anything. All of the things we'll be studying in this particular unit called as like in the third unit, in which we'll be studying about the legal, ethical and professional issues on information security, ethical components in information systems, what are the different codes of ethics, and certification security analysis, in which we'll be studying about the risk management, identifying and assessing risks, and the last one is with reference to the controlling of the risk, or how we can control that particular risk. In the fourth unit, we are going to study about the actual cyber security, in which we will be studying about the organizational implication, and with reference to the cyber crimes and the IPR issues, and what are the different web threats of an organization, and what are the different privacy and security policies, and what are the different social media marketing techniques, or different social media advertisement which, like involves breaching of the data, or forgery of the data, or something called as phishing, or it can be spear phishing, or it can be a denial of services, or it can be any number of things. These all things we are going to study in the fourth unit. Now in the last and the fifth unit, we are going to study about the different security risk related to the cyber security, cyber law, and the ethics and the forensics. How are the different cyber crimes being conducted, what are the challenges, and how can I say, what are the different mechanisms that are being implemented, and how we particularly as an individual can be safe and aware, how if at all something is been attacked or something is been breached, how we particular as an individual will know about that particular things. If at all visiting unknown websites, or going into what you call as deep web or dark web, and getting into different things, all of things we'll be studying in this particular fifth unit, which includes security risks and what you call as social computing, challenges of an organization with reference to cyber crime and cyber terrorism. These two are very important. You will not be aware of these particular things, but you will be a part of that. You will you will not be well aware what's happening, but you will be a part of it. If at all something happens, you will also be included. For an example, in the recent times, the commissioner of police of Hyderabad has told, if at all there are any of the illegal activities or suspicious activities being done in any of the WhatsApp group, the admin of that particular WhatsApp group will be sent to the jail, or he or she will be behind the bars. Why? Because it is the responsibility of the group admin to monitor all of the data which is coming inside the group. In the same way, if you have been accessing any of the website, you should be well aware that whether that particular website is being permissible in that particular border, or whether you have the rights to access that particular website. Or I can say in other words, if you are trying to find any of the bugs in any of the website, whether you have got the permission from that particular owner. There might be something, for an example, a college website is there might be some of the bug in that particular website. If you report that particular bug without informing the college management, then you will be considered as a cyber criminal. You will be considered as a cyber criminal. You should have got a certification from the owner stating that you are a certified person to get the bugs or to remove the bugs from that particular website or from that particular things. So with reference to cyber security, there are different things. Like cyber security is not only about hacking. Cyber security is not only about black hat hackers, white hat hackers, and etc. sort of things. Cyber security is all about maintaining of the data and protecting of the data and analyzing of the data. This all of things comes with reference to the cyber law. Now, moving forward, these are the suggested readings which is being prescribed or suggested by the university. These are 2 books, and also if at all if you have got any of the interest with reference to this particular things, I will provide you with the best of the material that I have at my side, and I expect that you all will be learning this particular subject very interestingly. And also at the last, I want to tell that this particular subject called as cyber security is very much attractive. The amount of people which comes in this particular subject is directly proportional to the person who goes out. So because at starting it looks very good, the subjects looks very good, it takes very interest in you, and like you will be searching for different things. But as the things goes on, you will feel like it gets difficult, and you will be having different algorithms, you will be having different things. And also to say you in a common, like computer science engineering is a subject which connects all of the different dimension of subjects. Like this particular application, like for example, some of a breaches will happen in any of the bank. When we are crediting the money, it is getting debited. But if we are debiting the money, it is getting credited. So all of things you need to check. So this subject is very interesting. In the last words, it is very interesting, and you will enjoy this particular subject, and you will be like after learning this particular subject, cyber law and ethics, you will be aware of what actual are the rules and regulations. What are the different rules and regulations with reference to the cyber world and cyber security. I hope you understood something from today's session, and also I hope that you got some of the idea what actually cyber security, cyberspace, cyber law, digital forensics, and XYZ type of things. That's all for now. I hope you enjoyed the session. If at all if you have anything to ask, you can message me or you can email me on my email address rahmat_ali@gmail.com. That's all for now. See you in the next session. Until then, take care. Bye bye.